I know I'm a couple days late at a date talking about this news with you all, but hey, better late than never, right? That being said, let's talk about the topic at hand, and that is about SummerSlam. No, I'm not talking about this upcoming SummerSlam in the home of the skid marks in Cleveland, Ohio. No. We're talking about a SummerSlam that is going to happen in 2 years' time in the year of 2026. Why are we talking about the SummerSlam that's happening 2 years later? Well, that's because WWE made us talk about it. They made us talk about this SummerSlam that's going to happen. So that being said, I have the official press release that released this past Thursday when it was announced on a random day. And it goes by this. WWE, in partnership with Minnesota Sports and Events, today, that being that Thursday, May 23rd, announced that Minneapolis, Minnesota, will host WWE SummerSlam. Okay, that seems all fine and dandy. It's going to be in 2026. So, I mean, we knew for some point in time that Minnesota was in the running for a WrestleMania next year, but unfortunately they did not get it because they gave next year's WrestleMania to Las Vegas, Nevada. So this is kind of a way to make up for that. It's a little bit of a consolation prize for this. But this next part is the caveat to that. This next part was where people had some like, what the fuck is this? Why is it like this? It certainly left me puzzled as well. So this next part of the statement reads that SummerSlam over two nights on Saturday, August 1st and Sunday, August 2nd, 2026 at US Bank Stadium. Anyway, before I get into my thoughts on that, the rest of the statements reads, the 2026 edition of SummerSlam will be the first PLE in Minneapolis since TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, that pay-per-view back in 2019, a little under 5 years ago, and will mark the first time WWE will host a stadium event in the city. So, I mean, if you want to go read the rest of the press release, it'll be in the description below. But basically what it says is that they're going to host a SummerSlam in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they're going to host similar fan events, community events. I imagine fan events similar to WWE World, that convention that they held last month in Philadelphia. But going back to my opinions on this, it's just like, why do we need a 2-night SummerSlam? And like I said, I get it. It's probably to make up for the fact that WWE pulled out of Minneapolis for WrestleMania next year to go to Las Vegas for WrestleMania 41. So this is like a consolation prize for them. And especially considering the fact that, who knows, maybe they might do something interesting for WrestleMania in 2026. I don't know what that may be. That being said, there's a lot of downsides more than upsides. I mean, obviously, the upsides is, well, more money for WWE. But the downsides is like, what the hell are you going to fill up of this SummerSlam with? I get it. It's probably the summer WrestleMania. But by that point in time, it's like, is the interest going to be as hot? Is it still going to be as interesting as, well, some people claim to be as it is now? Because, for someone like me, this filthy casual motherfucker right here, I'm certainly not been intrigued for the most part with a lot of what's going on in the WWE right now. I mean, that's just me, but I mean, certainly your interests may vary. But is what's going on in WWE, I'm just saying, objectively speaking, is it going to be as hot? Is it going to be as interesting going into next year and then going into especially 2 years later when we have this 2-night SummerSlam? I mean, I'm still a little opposed to the idea of a 2-night WrestleMania, but I mean, it's not going anywhere at this point. It's not going back to a 1-night WrestleMania, and it's whatever. It's the biggest show it's your biggest show of the year. It's the wrestling Super Bowl for WWE and all of professional wrestling. It's like, I guess it's not going to change for the most part. SummerSlam, it's too much. It is way too much for wrestling fans. It's so much overexposure. It is like, you already have this WrestleMania, 2-night WrestleMania. You have all these pay-per-views. You have Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and then for like all the hardcore wrestling fans out there, you have AEW, Rampage, Collision, and then for the most hardcore fans, you have all the other promotions. It's like so much like that you have to watch and then you have to keep up with. It's like, damn. It's like, why? Like, and now you have this in 2026. And that's if the interest stays the way it is, and I pretty much doubt it, it's insane. I'm like really baffled. I'm really baffled at why WWE and TKO came together. It's like, oh, hey, let's do a 2-night SummerSlam, to make up for the fact that, oh, we couldn't give Minnesota a WrestleMania in 2026. It's like, damn, like, geez, Louise. So, yeah, how the hell are they going to fill up this card? What is it going to be, like 6 matches a night? And who's going to have an interest for each night for this SummerSlam? I don't know. I can't predict the future, especially 2 years into the future, which is insane considering, the wrestling landscape can change on a whim, whether you're a casual fan, a hardcore fan, a middle of the road fan. Like, geez, man. This is why, like, this move to 2 nights, it's probably just maybe a one-time thing for WWE to make up for the fact that, oh, they couldn't give Minnesota a WrestleMania that year or ever. But I feel like it's unnecessary. It really is unnecessary. It's a move that just doesn't feel like, they can really dissect, like, not dissect per se, but I feel like they can't really manage, especially with the lack of star power on that roster for the WWE, especially within like the next 2 years. We really don't know how the interest level is going to be for that company. I mean, we'll see. We will see how it is going into 2026, but it's so far away. It is so far away for the WWE. But anyway, SummerSlam is going to be a 2-night affair in 2026 in August. It's going to be in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So for all you Minnesotians out there you go. You don't get WrestleMania, but hell, you're getting a WrestleMania in the summer. That is SummerSlam. But as for me, I mean, in 2025, as long as they give SummerSlam in Levi Stadium, home of the San Francisco 49ers, yeah, Minnesota can have their 2-night SummerSlam all they want. WWE, just give a call to the city of Santa Clara. Give a call to John Lynch and Jed York, and maybe to Kyle Shanahan, I guess you want, or oh hell, George Kittle, Brock Purdy. Get a campaigning community together now and start up a campaign to get SummerSlam back here in the Bay Area. Get a campaign together to bring a WWE event to Levi Stadium, and that being SummerSlam 2025. But anyway, this is just a little quick video talking about my thoughts on SummerSlam going to 2 nights in 2026. I'm probably not going to 2 nights in 2025 quite yet, but who knows? Still far out. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But until next time, keep the lasagna very cold in the fridge with your takes on the world of sports, and peace out.